Last time on Cobblemon and Create, I began to chain Dittos in pursuit of high IV breeding, and continued my shiny Litten breeding project. And on the Create side of things, I made my first Create mod storage system. Since last episode, I have been hatching Litten without result. To be more exact, I have countless good Litten, even perfect Litten, and yet no shinies. Thankfully, I have another project to distract me, and that is my Ditto chain. We need to catch at least 30 Ditto in a row so that we can assure that our Ditto spawns will have at least 4 perfect IVs. Now you may say, Vert, both of those projects could take absolutely forever. And to that I say, well, why do you think this video has taken absolutely forever to come out? Yeah, think about that, hypothetical commenter. But at least the fact that I need to catch so many of this rare Pokemon Ditto means that I get to explore and train my Pokemon, find TMs and Terra Shards. You know, that's all great. That's all well and good. So let's get into it. And by the end of this episode, we will have finally reached our chain of 30 plus Ditto caught in a row. I was making great progress on the Ditto chain, but thankfully I had actually left presents for myself across the world of Dittos on seats. And one place that we haven't visited that I need to explain now is the Mushroom Island. I spent about 3 hours here searching for a shiny fungus, and I got it, but that footage was lost. So we're going to go for a field trip, an interdimensional one. Let's reenact together what it's like to chain a fungus in Cobblemon. We find ourselves now on the Obsidian Refuge SMP. This is a supporter SMP that I started for my tier 2 YouTube members and my Twitch subscribers so that they could have a place to play Cobblemon with no pay to win mechanics, except for loving me. Forgetting that for a moment, let's actually pay attention to the fungus. You see, fungus spawn like an infestation on Mushroom Islands. They're everywhere. And with the configs that we use on both Cobblemon and Create, Battlecraft, and on the Obsidian Refuge SMP, it is rather simple to catch 30 Pokemon to max out their IVs, to KO Pokemon to increase their spawns, and as you KO more and more of them, increase your shiny chances. Simple, right? But a grind. In fact, there's somebody on this supporter server who has been chaining Bagon since the very beginning of it and is up over 150 Bagon in a row. They have been legitimately riding a minecart for over a week, and I respect the hell out of them. Now let's listen into LiveVert talk about the process of chaining fungus and how he feels about it. This is exactly what I did in Cobblemon and Create, except I had way more stuff. I had better Pokemon, and I had a jetpack, so you know, it was a lot easier. It was even easier than it is right now. Not the toughest chain you'll ever do, that's for sure. Since we've been talking, I've gotten 6 Amoonguss, and it's not going to slow down. This is really it. Like, it just takes a couple hours of running around and getting fungus, and eventually you have a purple fungus. I'm actually really curious to know what you all think of Cobblemon Unchained as a method for shiny hunting. Personally, I'm a massive fan. I haven't encountered a single other method that I like as much as this, in fact. It puts you into the world of Minecraft, it makes you get out there and interact with Pokemon, you train your Pokemon simultaneously, and once you've gotten the shiny, you feel like you've earned it, and it is often competitively viable. And that feels so good, whereas most of the shinies that I come across, I don't care about because IV-wise, they're pretty much useless. So if you have thoughts on this, I'd love to hear them in the comments. We are closing in on being done with the actual chaining part of this whole process. Now, I did already catch a shiny fungus, but it's not the one we need. We have to keep going, so we will. Later. Well, I think we found our guy. It's not perfect, and it's definitely not perfect in the way I'd want, but 98%. I was kind of looking for one that had a low speed tier. Despite my efforts, I have not seen a single one with a 0 speed. I think I'm done. I have 2 shiny fungus in boats, and I caught 3 or 4, so I'm fine with that. Let's get to the other 2 shinies that spawned while I was here. One, a shiny Morlo. There's one. And there's one more, an Aracuda. Perfect. 3 quick shinies, no problem, no mess. And that's how I got shiny fungus on the Obsidian Refuge, but pretty much how I got it in Cobblemon and Create. So there you go. That's the story. You're all caught up. After having caught the 2 Dittos that I had left on seats while chaining fungus, it was time for a different adventure in this lush Mushroom Island on Cobblemon and Create. We have one more gimmick to gain access to. Let's see if we can find ourselves a max mushroom. Also, rooted dirt is awesome, and I would love to have some, so this is not... Wait, what am I doing? No, I can't do this. I'm not allowed. I can't believe I even tried to do this. I apologize to everybody for what I just tried to do. I will sort out my actions, okay? We'll be back, and we'll do this right. To pay no attention to my distant horizon not being loaded in. It's whatever. It's fine. I might have been able to make this there. Now that I think about it, I have a lot of stuff. I am going to get all of that rooted dirt. I'll tell you what. I think I just need a hose pulley, or a rope pulley, I mean. Okay, I didn't have to go home, but you know, it was an egregious error that I was committing, so I wanted to atone, and now I'm home, and now we can go back, I guess. Whatever. And just for old time's sake, let's just see a package get delivered. Oh yeah, there we go. We got a barrel. And we got to see a frog in action. What more could he ask for? Let's go. Back to Amoongus Land. In between catching Dittos and this clip, I did update mods on the server, so we actually have some new forms for some of our Pokemon, but only if we can find some max mushrooms. We need Gigantamax Pokemon. All right, we're gonna just take this center point right here. I then assembled atop the azalea tree a vertical digging machine. And all we need for this is drills, glue, a hand crank, and a rope pulley, and some sort of collection. And then all of a sudden we can just manpower, drop this drill down, and clear a 5x5. 25 drills, this barrel, this single barrel, all why did I do that? Why didn't I bring more? I don't know. Thankfully, as we've seen, sophisticated storage has compatibility with Create contraptions, so we can upgrade this barrel and have effectively infinite storage. We need to glue this all together. We'll put a piece of wool here, and then we're gonna put our rope pulley. Do I have a crank? Yeah. Okay, and then I just need somewhere to stand, I guess. Let's just stand right here. And then we just, give me stuff. Well, if I destroy the max mushrooms and it like breaks in a way that I don't get access to it, I'm gonna cry, but otherwise this is gonna be fine. As was mentioned in my comments, we can finally just destroy areas. You could make like a world eater with this kind of thing. This is as low tech a version of this as it could possibly be, but look how amazing it is. Come on. It's not that fast. We're in an area that we can get into. Let's go. Let's just see what's down here. Oh, we're there. Okay. Well, we're at least in a lush cave. Should I have just gone all the way down? Probably. Oh, there's so many. Oh, it's a creeper with a backpack. You're gonna blow up, right? Oh, I outsmarted you. Oh, he knocked him down. Oh. Ow. Can I get out of here? I don't want to die. Like, actually, don't want to die. And the fact that I can't see without shaders, the first time I'm in this cave, and I don't know if there's max mushrooms, like, they could have been right there. I don't know. I can't tell. Please, mushrooms of the max variety, be here. Look at this one block hole I fell through, by the way. What the heck? Come on. Come on. Mushroom me to the max, game. It's not fully apparent from this footage alone, but this is the 5th or 6th lush cave that I've gone through looking for max mushrooms. And while I didn't find any right away, I did find a trial chamber and my favorite create stone, azurine. And not only an azurine vein, a trial chamber. These white dots, I feel like those white dots could be a max mushroom. And yes, I'm getting desperate enough to be looking on the mini-map. I might drop the diggerator right here so that we can get right in there and so we can get that azurine. Some of my favorite things about Create are ochrum and viridium and azurine. Crimsite, whatever. Crimsite's cool too, but there's no block that can fill the hole of max mushrooms at this point. I returned to the big cave and continued searching. Okay, come on. There has to be a if I don't find it in here. How have I been so far and not found a max mushroom? Is this normal? Have you guys struggled with finding a max mushroom? Has anyone struggled finding a max mushroom? Because I'm becoming jaded. I don't even know if they exist. I'm not convinced they do anymore. Time passed. Fossils of species long gone lay dormant in these ancient caves. And I searched. Kind of feel like I should go restore shaders and then come. Never mind. Let's go. No shaders needed. This is a silk touch hoe, right? This better work. I don't really know. We got one. I assume you can grow these. I don't know that either, but we got a single one. If I have to flip and find all the ones that I can feed to my team, then, well, we're gonna have problems, me and Mega Showdown. If not, then we are rich now, and we need a max mushroom farm stat. Pronto, ASAP. Let's go. I'll see you at home, or maybe I'll find a Ditto. That's it for this clip. Okay, wait, I was just about to turn my recording off, but I think that's a spawner. What kind of spawner? Bumlow. No way! So Casey recently built an XP farm, and I have kind of not used it. Oh, I added looter to the pack as well. You guys asked for that, and so I did. And we probably should have done that from the beginning, but here we are. As I was saying, Casey made a spawner setup, an XP farm, and it's awesome. It is awesome, but I want to make my own because I made one in Battlecraft Season 1 that I really never showed anyone. I want to make that again for you all because everybody makes like very similar mob farms, I think, with belts and stuff. We're gonna do it different. That's the plan. Just bear with me. I'm not doing it right now, but we will do that fairly soon. And with this spawner, we will be able to do it even sooner. Before we move on to bigger projects today, yes, max mushrooms are farmable. They require moss underneath, but they don't care about hydration or light level as far as I can tell. They just grow, which makes sense actually. They can be bone mealed, but something different from most crops, they cannot be fortuned. Every time you break one, you will get 3. While I did start a quick farm for them today, we're not going to get into Gigantamax just yet, because we need to return to Ditto catching. You see, there's only really one way for Casey and I to get excellent, shiny Pokemon bred up on this server. The Cobb breeding add-on allows players to use the shiny Masuda hatching method, which in terms of Cobblemon demands that each of us is using a Pokemon that the other originally caught, so we'll have to be trading Dittos. But we can't just trade any Ditto, we need very good Dittos in order to get good IVs as well. By chaining a Ditto, we can get excellent IVs, and if I leave Ditto on seats for KC to catch, then he can trade me those Ditto for my Ditto that I've already caught on the streak, and then we can both breed Pokemon with excellent Masuda rates for shinies and excellent IVs. That's the plan, and it was going great until he showed up. And in my excitement, I made the most tragic mistake one who is chaining an ultra rare Pokemon can make. I broke. At first, I celebrated, ignorant to what I had done. And then it hit me. There was only one thing I could do with my chain broken, and that was to restart it. We're so back, baby. Woohoo! Come on now. Oh my god! I just want Ditto. I watched that one spawn in. That was awesome. I gotta be done with these Ditto so badly. After the travesty of breaking my Ditto streak, I returned to it immediately, stronger, a glutton for punishment. And at first, I was enjoying my time. But adding one Pokemon to your chain every half hour or more, that comes at a cost. And yet, the allure of Masuda breeding was stronger. You know, I think I could get used to playing with distant horizons. I think I'm coming around to it. Wait, that's my house. I can see my house from here. Hi, house. Okay, see you, house. Days passed, but finally, another Ditto, a champion, arrived gratefully. There's a Rowlet. I've been putting them on seats. Well, I've been putting everything on seats. And once we're actually done with this Ditto streak, we are going to be figuring out all these Pokemon. I've been to so many different Pokemon on the map. I think it despawned. Oh well. I've been trying to find Pokemon that are females, especially, is part of the reason, because then we can breed them. I'm excited for that, okay? I like a good grind. We're at 5,800 Litten eggs, okay? And I'm not tired yet. Well, I wasn't tired of breeding Litten, but I was filling my Ditto hunting time with YouTube videos about past gimmicks and some of the better strategies employed within them. I have been listening to old creators run through Z moves. I think I have some ideas that I'm getting pretty excited about. My favorite so far from what I've seen, though, is Z Destiny Bond, where it's also like a redirection move. It's basically Rage Powder or Follow Me, while also being Destiny Bond, so that you get hit no matter what. If your opponent attacks on that turn and you use Z Destiny Bond, you're taking that thing out if you go down, kind of thing. Pretty neat. But what else are you going to do with that Pokemon? You must be doing something else with that Pokemon. There was another one that seemed really cool, which was Z Belly Drum. Z Belly Drum allows you to fully heal before it uses Belly Drum, so like it's ensuring that you get it off. If you're low health, you'll still get it off. I'm still listening. I think there's going to be some more that I'll hear about and find that I want to try. But right now, those two stood out to me. We might need to find a belly drum user. If you have any other ideas, let me know. I think the doubles Z move thing, with the presence of Dynamax and Gigantamax and Megas, there's so much to work with. But I think we gotta build like a nasty Paris Trap team. I think it can be done. Because with all of these different things going on at once, like There's so much variability that you just never would have in like a classic Pokemon game. I'm really excited to just try and do some really creative team building. I'm not, you know, that good at it yet, but I do think that this is a way to get better. I'm kind of just like stalling until Ditto's done, because I don't want to forget about it again and then catch something and then I'm going to be really upset. But then my research led me to Z Parting Shot. Okay, actually, I have decided on one of the Z crystals we're gonna make. Yeah, we're just doing this. I just want to do it. In the case that we have to fight Casey very soon, I want to make a Darkinium Z. Oh, that's why we need those gems. I didn't realize that's how they're crafted. That's so funny. It's a good thing I've been looting those observatories, but I think there's actually more that I haven't looted because I explored so much. Okay, I can make this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Darkinium Z. Okay, hear me out. We now have a Darkinium Z, but I just learned what Z Parting Shot does. It heals the Pokemon that comes in. So we could have like a big dark type move on our Incineroar, and we could have Parting Shot, and we could have it as like a healing move. So this is what you're holding from now on. I love this idea, and I guess I'm gonna drop Flame Charge for now. We're gonna need to get you a dark type move, but once you're Incineroar, I think that'll be easier. Let me check what you learn, and then maybe we can teach you something? I'm not sure. I just checked the moveset for Torracat, and the only dark type move that's stronger than what he currently has is Crunch, which I definitely don't have, but maybe I have a Pokemon that does? I feel like Arcanine might already know that, actually. You do have Crunch. Okay, hold on, let's do this. Blank TR. I'll take that. And Crunch. Here you go, buddy. And now, our Zealotry. Well, I guess while we're running around, we don't need Fake Out right now. We'll just go with Crunch at the moment. I want to try this out so badly. Wait, I never made the Z-Wear. Well, now's the time. Z-Ring, and it's colored, it looks like. Super easy to make. Olivia's Z-Ring. Do these look different? I want this purple one. Oh my god, are you kidding me? There's a I just called it Team Obsidian. There's a Team Rocket Z-Ring. Of course we're going for that. Wait, where'd it go? It's right here. Huh? Dark Sparkling Stone. Wait, where do I get that? Wait, are you dark? No. All right, well, we'll make a regular one for now, but I'm coming back for you. We're gonna find out how that works at some point. Blue Z-Ring. Sure. For now, that will have to do, but we're gonna get it later. We're gonna get that Dark Sparkling Stone, and if it's the last thing I do. But the first thing I'll do, Z-Wear. I'm kitted out. Let's go. And I think you'll be able to see our Archie's anchor again once I change to netherite. Like, you'll only be able to say the bottom part of our necklace, but nah, it's still something better than nothing. And maybe we'll get the tiara in the future so that I can have both. All right. Well, Darkinium Z Torracat, who can Crunch or Parting Shot. That's so cool. And I'm gonna go back to finding Ditto. All right, let's do it. And in the meantime, I will be finally training up a water type with our Hisuian Oshawott. And I'm going to train up our Fungus. Tandy is fully trained. I might as well evolve him. Still hunting Dittos. Oh, look at this cutie. The family grows. Woohoo! You have Follow Me now. Oh, I want you to have Pop Bomb, but that's not until like level 50 something. Ooh, I probably should have trained you differently. I just realized. Okay, well, maybe we'll retrain you later. Next up, let's train Fungus. Here you go, bud. Let's do it. Me and you. We're gonna find some Dittos together, hopefully. And we're gonna... that's it. That's all we're gonna do. Oh my god, I forgot that I already gave this guy all of his moves, pretty much. He knows Pollen Puff, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Toxic. That's crazy. Then the mythical Ditto appeared. He who had 4 perfect IVs. This was actually Ditto number 31 because I found one on a seat that I had lost. Let's go. Number 31. We've done it. We're doing it. All right. There ain't no way. After like 2 hours without finding a Ditto, I found 2 very much back to back. And this guy is 97%. I'm pretty sure I asked Stream about this, and I don't think he passes the Pokeball, so it doesn't really matter what we catch him in. We got the quick ball catch. Let's go. I kept hunting Ditto until Fungus was fully trained and then continued on to the next Pokemon. And now it's Oshawott turn. After the Ditto, I'm going to do a long play where I catch all the Pokemon that I put on seeds during this process. Because there's a lot. Yeah, it's going to take me a long time, and it's not going to be like the kind of thing that I really want to do in a video because I would just have to montage it. It'd be so long. But I think I could do it in a long play, which would be kind of fun. And it doesn't really feel like the best stream. I mean, I could do it stream-wise, but I think we'll do it as a long play. Why not? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Pokemon in that one. Oh, God. But like many things, that would have to wait until the Ditto were complete. Time marched on, and so did I. I'm gonna be so real, gang. I'm so close to calling this. I haven't seated Ditto in hours. I have to get at least one on a seat for KC, but I knew deep down that one wasn't even close to enough. We would need many for my plans. It's time to switch up the strategy because I'm getting completely overwhelmed. Now, a minecart does fine for farming Pokemon. We're gonna make a train track. I'm not gonna make anything crazy. This is gonna be like a circle. It's not gonna be us setting up some perfect train track between different places. We're going to make sure that we know how trains work in like as much detail as possible because I've done a bit of train stuff before, but I've never really done train schedules and I want to do it. So we're gonna use this little valley that I've been hunting in. It's on the opposite side of our mountain. Right there is the hole that goes through our mountain. And we're going to put a train around this valley so that we can, one, see how they work, test it all out, and two, finish off this Ditto streak. Because anything that we can do to automate this process will make it so that I can edit while I'm doing this, which is super valuable. Any of these like really long-term projects, it's just nice to be able to AFK when you can, and then you just look over, and if you miss a Ditto or two, or a lot, it's fine. It's not that bad. First things first, I'm gonna set up a way for us to automate sturdy sheets, because that's what we really need in order to start this project. And I need them for a build anyway. Though I didn't record all of my training and catching during this time, for the sake of my editor alter ego and my hard drive, I was now up to 8 fully trained Pokemon, including Bruce the Oshawott. One thing left to do. Oshawott? You are no longer a little otter. You're a powerful, disciplined Duat. And a cutie too. Oh my god, I actually really love Duat. Stammerod's pretty cool, I gotta admit. In terms of like most of the starters, very cool. But this is my first time training an Oshawott in ever. And now it's time for Create Stone. First, I made a machine that would help us advance our other machines, something to make precision mechanisms. Being stuck with cogs for speed control was getting a little bit ridiculous. Having precision mechanisms enables us to use compact gear ratioing, or speed control, and the use of the mechanical arm, which enables a one-block solution for moving different items to different outputs and inputs with a sick brass look. We'll see more of that stuff in the future. And with that built, I built something kind of insane, and I attached my sturdy sheet maker onto the precision mechanism maker. Why I did this, I'm not sure, but this was all survival create redstone and is one of the most confusing things I've ever built. And actually it only ended up working because of kind of a bug where the sturdy sheet would bounce off of the wall and allow it to be processed twice by the press, which also meant that it could only process one powdered obsidian at a time. So we're not going to talk very much about this machine right now, and if you ever want some proper creative create stone, redstone tutorials, leave a comment and we can get into more detail in the future. But for now, what's important is that we were able to make sturdy sheets. That involves crushing obsidian to get powdered obsidian, pouring lava onto it through a spout, and then pressing it twice to complete its craft. And with these sheets, we have opened up access to train technology. But before I could make much progress on the train setup, I ran into Casey flexing in the tunnel across the mountain. Casey has a Dondozo and a Gengar and a Lapras. Uh-oh. Oh no, I don't like this. I gotta catch my pseudo soon. We gotta fast track this Ditto thing because it's gonna become a problem if I get stuck in the Ditto phase while Casey's making an insane team. That means we really need to get our train going. Also, you don't stand a chance, brother. You shouldn't have come here. Oh, Super Fang, actually, you're kind of a jerk. Still hatching Litten, and by the way, I have 2 full diamond barrels of non-shiny Litten currently, so it's not about to change, I don't think. Yep, there's always more Litten eggs. but never any shinies. If this video already hasn't been all over the place, well, let me enforce that further as I let LiveVert just talk about the things that were interesting him, because I had spent about a week now mainly catching Dittos whenever I'm online, and I was finally just starting to think about all of the different projects we were about to be able to do the second that I was done with this Ditto project. Let's listen in. So I think we just need this train set up, get Ditto done, trade KC for the Ditto, then we can start using Masuda method to get this shiny, and then we'll actually get it, I'm sure. And then we start team building. Gang, I'm so excited. There's gonna be so many things we're gonna do together. I've been thinking about the late game of this series, and I think what I want it to be is mainly team building. Team building and create workshops. I'm looking to do cool things with create that isn't just automation. Okay, listen, I love the Just Create series, and in fact, if they ever need another creator, you know, send them my way. But here's the thing, I'm not really looking to do as much automation specialty right now. It's not that I can't or I don't find it interesting, but I would much rather we make kooky things. One of those I have started working on, actually. Well, two of them. I'm hoping to show you those soon, but I'm thinking those are going to be our end game thing. We're going to do projects where we're working on teams that involve all the gimmicks. We're going to work on builds that involve Pokemon and create moving parts. It's going to be sick. And maybe, eventually, a data pack that adds some different things between the two of them. That could be fun. But that's enough of that. The present requires our attention because we need train tracks. And I'm gonna put them right here. Wait, Casey just offered me a Dondozo? Incredibly, he had fished it up right outside of our bases. Let's see if this is a female or not. Oh, it is a female. We can... Oh my god. Can you imagine breeding cells for a Dondozo? That sounds awful. But we're gonna have to do that. Also, I fully intended to give KC a brass jetpack, so let's do that really quick. Also, we need a team in order to fight KC, but train tracks. We need train tracks, of course, yes, but we also need to defeat KC. I'm sorry you had to witness that many topics at once. Welcome to my life. With a new machine for precision mechanisms and sturdy sheets, now we just needed train tracks. To make train tracks, you need to deploy iron nuggets onto a stone slab twice and then press it to finish it off. And look at that, we're done. Perfect. Okay. Not perfect, just kidding. We're gonna go like that. Cool, perfect. All right, train tracks are being made. While I'm standing here serving as collection and gathering up our train tracks, I'm going to make the items that we need in order to have a train. We need a bunch of train casings first. Train casings are formed when a brass casing is hit with a sturdy sheet. We need to make a train station. 1, 2, 3, 4 compi. 1. Oh, they make... Oh, okay, we didn't need that many. Whatever, we have 4 now. I don't think we need a train observer. We do need train controls. Let's make one of them. We need more. 4 train schedules. Perfect, okay. You need a train casing to make the train itself, so we do need that. And then, is there anything else we actually need to make this? I don't think there is. Let me think. We have glue. We're gonna need glue. We need a seat. I have seats. I think we're good. I'm gonna make another set of train controls in case we want to go 2 directions. I made some extra train tech just in case we wanted to play with it. And then it was time to set up the train in our mountain valley. I think we're ready. Oh, the thing's just finished. There's a Ditto. Where's the Ditto? This way. I should give this one to KC. Discord? Get in. I'm getting in Discord. Let us now celebrate LiveVert's vibrant vivaciousness as he jumps into Discord with a muted KC. Oh, KC, little KCMOS, I do not hear you. However, there is a Ditto para ti. You must catch him, and you must trade him to me. Are you? You're not talking, right? I don't hear you.
Oh, I was muted.
Oh, okay. I'm just over here wondering.
Oh, silly me.
Oh, Casey, if I have Masuda, I could fast track this Litten thing so much. I'm really conflicted, though. Like, I'm already at, like, 6,000 eggs, so it's got to happen soon, right? Said the gambler.
It needs to happen soon.
Ah, bye, Gengar.
I'm worried for your mental health if it doesn't happen soon.
Well, you should already be worried. This is taking too long. Hey, there we go.
There we go.
We need to trade Dittos now.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. All right.
Oh, you're gonna see my team. Hold on, hold on. I know you've seen most of them, but I want to keep something a secret.
No, you should keep them on you. I'm sure that's the right thing to do.
Not like I watched your video or anything.
Yeah, what the heck? I mean, yeah, we're gonna find out about each other's teams, I'm sure.
Ready?
I am ready. Oh, look at that team. I definitely dropped my team. Right before you said anything, I was already moving. I said, oh, and I moved all my team in.
I'm just thinking, this isn't my final team, so it's fine.
Yeah, I just don't like the Z crystal. I do see that. Oh, Casey.
Oh, this is so cool.
This is awesome. I'm going to name him McCasey.
McCasey? I've called this Verti, baby.
Verti, baby. With this new power for Masuda breeding, it was time to answer the question of whether or not to use it for Litten.
He's disgusting, Litten. Ugh. For any shinies? Nope.
Nope, not yet. Not ever, apparently.
You got a Ditto now. It's gonna happen.
I do, I know. But okay, so here's the thing. I already kind of designed like an ultra breeder. And obviously I've hatched enough Litten to have like 1 million breeding pairs if I want to.
Yes.
So I think before I give up, let's say, and go to Masuda odds, I think I'm going to make this insane breeder. Now that we can multi-select in the PC, I do feel like, you know what, why not? I have a box of Littens right now that are, it's box 15 for me. It's called Terra. And I have, I think, almost every single Terra type with a perfect Litten, basically. It's only like, it's always it's a Litten that has like poor special attack kind of thing, you know, because nobody cares about that. And so, yeah, that's how many Littens I've hatched.
Okay. That's just crazy talk. You're crazy.
So get ready for my, water Terra in the rain Incineroar.
Oh no. It's just gonna be terrible.
After a bit of showing off my rare Pokemon that I had put on seats, explaining the train project to KC, and making him a quick brass jetpack, it's finally time for us to make the Ditto Express.
Oh!
It's time to lay down some track. Now, unlike minecart rails, train tracks are much more intelligent. The way Create Mod tracks work is you place down a track facing the angle you want to go, right-click with more tracks to link to it, and then run off to place it down where you want the track to connect to. While the tracks will place in over air as long as the ends are connected, you can also have a block in your offhand to fill in the gaps underneath. But now you can see the grass goes underneath the entire track, which might be a little bit wasteful, to be honest. Certainly the flowers are causing issues, but I don't really care. Again, this is an impromptu thing. We just need Ditto. We need it. Now, another thing is when you're doing curves, you can make them even by holding control, I think it is, by at least standard. Yeah, I'm gonna change the config so we can reach these further out. And I'll bring you back when our track is complete. Woohoo! We have a full track, and now let's set up our first train thingers. There they are. Train stations, yes. The first step to getting a train running on our new track is to right-click the train station block onto our track and make sure that the directional arrow is going the way that we want our train to go. Then we'll place the train station down nearby. Create new train, perfect. And now we're gonna make a bogey. All we have to do to do that is place our train casing down, and now I'm gonna make it just this way so that we can show off at least that there are different modes for these bogies. And now we need to set up some blocks to allow us to ride along this train. Something that I should have thought of is that these bogies are a bit elevated off the ground, and I don't think it'll matter. This isn't really high enough for it to matter, but it could matter in other situations where we need to make sure we put our train sort of into the ground a little bit, as opposed to just on top of it. Right here, this might be too high actually to get spawns like right here. And there's the train controls, and then we're gonna need a seat. I think I'm gonna put 2 seats. We're gonna want a conductor and one for myself. And then the final step is to glue the train together. For this simple train, we wanna make sure that every single block that is going to be moving is connected to the top part of the bogie. This part right here. And just like that, our train is technically complete. But we can assemble, we're gonna name the train the Ditto Express. Sure, why not? And with the train assembled and named, the last thing we need is a conductor. Oh, here's my lead. lead. And just click on the train controls to start moving the thing. There's my lead. We're going to go back past the train station a little bit, and then we're going to go forward. And then you can hold space bar to approach. There we go. Oh, right, my jetpack. We might need to take that off of that. That was crazy. The next step in getting the train to move by itself is to give the conductor a train schedule. But after opening it for the first time, I realized that we would need more train stations for our Ditto Express to stop at. Ditto Station 1. The process goes like this. You gotta name your train station, and then you need to set up the next spot that you want your train to stop and let spawns accumulate. And then you wanna leave again. So you can set a time delay for how long the train will wait at the station, and then what station it will stop at next. Oh, I've never done this. This is so cool. 10 seconds. Sure. I'm pretty sure all we have to do is give the schedule to a Nickit. Now, I've never tried this. I assume it'll work with a Pokemon. I don't know that. Let's set up 3 other stations just to be thorough. The last phase of the plan before potentially crashing the server and breaking everything by giving this train station to a Pokemon was to set up train stations on every straightaway. And you can scroll to change that. Okay. This is so cool, by the way. I have never done this level of trains even. I've made a way nicer train than this. I'm very excited about this. I like this a lot. We're going this way. Gotta name it. Ditto Station number 3. You guys are getting it right. Okay, we have that. We add another stop to Ditto Station number 3. We wait 5 seconds. Station number 4 is ready to go. We pop it in the schedule. Now we just gotta give it to... Wait, there's another Pichu over there. Should we make Pichu be the captain? Oh, Captain Pikachu! Of course we should. Eventually, maybe we can do something cool as, you know, like an actual Captain Pikachu. I did get a comment. Somebody wanted me to build the Brave Olivine. I'm so down. I may have already started, actually. This is silly. Captain Pichu. And then when we have a proper trade, we can have an actual Captain Pikachu. Nickit, I'm sorry, but there's only one way to get you off that train. There might be 2 ways to get you off that train, but I'm going to try the one way I know will work. Goodbye, Captain Nickit. It's just been revoked. Captain Pichu, don't disappoint me. Okay, let's see if this works. Or crashes the game horribly. Oh god, that made me nervous. Oh my god. We have Captain Pichu at hand. Now, oh, it's already going! Let's go! It's a little fast. This might be too fast. Is there a way to slow these down? I don't know. Also, this F5's camera is way far out, which is cool, actually, but I wonder if there's a way to slow trains down. I might need to look into that. Now I can just edit episodes while this train goes around. I'll see you guys. Though the grind was nowhere near over, now at least I wouldn't have to use my legs to get it done. Now I could edit while I found Ditto. We're back, and there's a new mod, and I want to use it right away. Oh, you hecker, get off your seat and fix yourself. One of such high command should really hold themselves better. Let's make a Poké-Nav. Now, I've used one of these in the past. Oh, I want that. I want a Goldango one. That's cool. How do you make one? Oh, interesting. Okay, and KC's here. Cool. We need an upgrade. All right, send that stuff. That might be enough. I'm still getting used to the create storage interfaces and stuff. We need to make an electrolyzer. I need more glowstone. Come on, Froggy. Thank you. Electrolyzer. And now we can get a Poké-Nav. And this item is valuable to us because what we can do with it is we can see how Pokemon are spawning around us. Poké-Nav acquired. I guess like there's like fishing navs. That's pretty cool. That's actually so cool. A Goldango Poké-Nav. And this is what the Poké-Nav does, is we can go all the way to Ultra Rare and see that the bucket chance, look how much higher the chance for Ditto to spawn is right now than everything else. And then if we take away the bucket chance, it's that 70% of my Ultra Rares are going to be Ditto right now. And that is what helps with Unchained, is that the more that you catch a Pokemon or take it out, you will get a higher chance of that Pokemon spawning. Now, we have custom configs. If you're really curious about using our configs specifically, then you can find those in our Discord. But even here, where there's a ton of different Pokemon that can spawn, and you can see the chances of getting like a 3rd stage evolution is abysmal. But 20% of the ultra rares here still is going to be Ditto, even though you're getting like 13, 14 different 15 different ultra rares counting Ditto. This chaining mod, super impactful, and Pokénev, pretty cool. Now you can tell like where Pokemon are going to be spawning, and you can confirm at least for yourself that, you know, you're not going crazy. You're just getting unlucky. Now let's check back in at the Ditto Express. Yeah! This is my first shiny Tandemaus ever. I just gave like the schedule over to Pichu. I was about to sit down and just edit and sit here, and I looked at my map and I was like, shiny? Where'd you go? Hello. Hello, friend. The special attack that you have, totally acceptable. The defense, pretty sad, but I still love you. And I'm going to put you on a seat. This is going to be my last Ditto AFK. I have like 7 or 8 Ditto right now in the wild. I'm going to have Casey catch most of them, and then we'll trade, and we'll have Masuda rates. Also, look at all those EVs. Come on, this is awesome. With that, I settled in for our last AFK session on this Ditto chain. Tune in next time for the thrilling conclusion of Vert finally gets a shiny Litten. Go join Captain Pichu on the Ditto Express, the embarrassing Ditto Express. I just missed it, dang it.